Hello everyone, it's Jimmy here, and I know this video is long overdue. Like I have promised in the last video, I'm gonna compare the Leica 35mm Summicron version 3 with the 35mm Summicron version 4, also known as King of Bokeh. So yeah, before we get to the comparison part, what the heck's wrong with the hard driver? It's screaming there. But anyways, before we get to the comparison part, I just want to make it clear that for those of you who choose either the version 3 or the version 4, you're probably not going after that absolute best optical performance, but rather you're after the sort of more vintage look, or that like a spherical lens kind of look. Not the modern aspherical perfect kind of image quality. So keep in mind that when we're looking at these lenses from a resolution or sharpness point of view, they might not be that good even compared to the more modern Voigtlander lenses, but they do have their own fair share of charisma, if you will, when it comes to the look of their out of focus area and such. So yeah, it's a very special sort of optical performance comparison that we're gonna do. And also keep in mind that these two lenses are quite a bit smaller than the modern Leica ASPH Summicron lens. As you all know, the bigger the lens, the easier it is to make the optical formula more complicated, giving us a more perfect sort of optical correction. Okay, enough chit chat, let's get to it. Alright, so what do you think of the performance of these two lenses? One thing to keep in mind is, since these are both like old lenses, even older than a lot of you guys out there, so the image quality might be affected by the condition of the lens. For example, there might be haze in the lens element, there might be, dusts, which might or might not affect the optical performance. For example, I was quite surprised that the 7th element, or the version 4, is actually not as contrasty as the version 3 when there's flare. It could be just because my copy of the version 4, but all in all, I think the version 3, when it comes to flare resistance and the contrast drop when there is flare, is quite good actually. But the biggest giveaway is when you look at the edge performance of these two lenses. The version 4, which is the more modern version, is definitely quite a bit better in the corners. This is a trait that most of the modern Leica glasses have, which is it's got better edge or corner performance than mid-frame performance. So there's sort of like a mid-zone dip. And compared to some of the older Leica lenses, usually like the version 1, even the 8 element, or this version 3 here, there's a quite dramatic drop off when it comes to resolution coming off of the center of the image. So that's the biggest giveaway. When you compare these two lenses, you can immediately tell which one's version 4 and which one's version 3. One other thing though is that I found the version 4 is consistently warmer than the version 6. I believe that's probably why a lot of people prefer the version 4 as their choice of color photography lens, and the version 1 or the version 3 as their black and white photography lens, because the version 4 clearly has a more appealing look when it comes to color rendition. So yeah, these are the 3 major differences between these two lenses. At least that's what we found through this comparison. Let me know which lens do you prefer, and well, taking into consideration the price difference and the size similarity, I would probably go for the version 3. What about you? Let me know in the comments down below, and yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.